Now that we're done with the back, I'm moving back to the C cups with our gold FX, and I'm making sure I detail as much as possible. Moving on to the other side of the C cup, we're going to use our corner of the blade to go as slow as possible and make sure that the hair fits into the teeth of the trimmer. Moving on to our shear work, we're going to saturate the top and create our first guideline in the middle of the capitus. You always want to make sure the hair is nice and laid down in the direction the hair is growing so you could get a nice and even cut. As you can see, we're making our way to the sides and we're following that same guideline we made right across the middle. Here we're grabbing the hair near the parietal ridge and we're cutting it at an angle, and this is going to thin it out and making sure that the parietal ridge isn't too thick. Never forget those finishing details. I'm going back to my previous guards, making sure I get as many dark spots as possible. Again, I'm laying down the hair with the comb and then I'm picking it up with the comb, feeding it into my fingers and then holding it as tight as possible while cutting it with the cutting blade of my shears. And remember, you also want to cut it at an angle, whichever angle is needed at that specific spot. Now we're connecting our guideline that we made on the top to the sides. We want to make sure he has the best shape possible and his hair is very easy to tame when he gets home. So I'm going to separate the front from the top of the capitus and also trim that up. I'm making sure that the hair is nice and damp so I can get the true length of the hair follicles. Now that we're done erasing our first guideline of the sideburn, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Now that we're done fading the sideburns, we can move on to our Gold FX and line up the C-cup. I always like to start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch, especially using the corners of the blade. And you also want to go as slow as possible, making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair's going to shift and you won't line them up properly. Here I'm detailing the beard some more, and I'm also using my 1.5 guard to debulk. Going back to our Gold FX, we're going to line up the back of the beard and we're going to make it as crispy as possible. You also want to be very gentle here because the skin is very delicate in this area. Before we line him up, we're going to debulk his hairline with the 1.5 guard all the way open. Now that we're done debulking his hairline, we could use our Gold FX to start off in the middle and work our way to the sides. Again, you want to make sure you take your time here and make sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support for the channel, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below, or go ahead and follow the Instagram. When you're lining up the bottom of the mustache, you want to make sure you're very light-handed because you could nick them with the teeth of the trimmer. Now that we're done lining up the mustache, we can move on to the bottom of the beard. We're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. I wasn't able to get the razor work on camera, so you're mainly going to see me work with the trimmers.